Hey guys, so for the last few years, I've been rocking the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 Founders Edition card in this PC. But Nvidia have announced the new 40 series cards, and the first card, the huge 4090, is about to be released in just a few days. So I thought I would give you my 2 cents on these new 40 series cards. So this is Nvidia UK, and this is the information stroke sales page for the GeForce RTX 40 series. Now, there's a number of improvements here with ray tracing, with DL, I can say it right, DLSS3. And, those are the kind of headlines for gaming. There's a lot of improvements here as far as video editing goes, as far as gaming goes. But for me, it really is the jump in performance that we're seeing here. So there's 3 cards that are being released initially. Next month, we're going to see 2 versions of a 4080, one with 12 gigabytes of VRAM and one with 16 gigabytes. And you can see the prices here in the UK, 949 for the 12 gigabyte and 1,269 for the 16 gigabyte. And then you've got the 4090, which has 24 gigabytes of VRAM, and that starts at 1,679, and that's out in just a few days, 12th of October 2022. Now, like I was saying, there's a lot of improvements here, but the big headline for me is the jump in performance. And you can see here the 4090 is 60% faster than a 3090 Ti, not a 3090, a 3090 Ti is 60% faster. And then look at this headline. The 4090 has a 3D Mark score, which is 82% faster, at least more than a 3090. And if you actually look at the benchmark graphs, etc. here, you can see like the 3090 here with a 3D Mark score of 12,607. That's the card that I've got. The 4080s get 17,000 or 17,500, and then it's 25,000 or more for the new 4090. So that is a huge jump in performance, and that really is the selling point of these cards. Now, these prices are, I guess, as to be expected. Nvidia have bumped up the upper price. The 3090 FE, when I bought this a few years ago, it was £1,400, and now they're saying 1,679. So they have bumped up the price of their, the upper end cards. And obviously, third-party cards, well, to be expected, they're more expensive, and it can be hit or miss whether these cards are actually better. But what I would say about that is that it's one of those things, like, I think the sweet spot right now is still the 30 series cards, because they've kind of priced these cards quite high. And I think part of the reason for that is because they know that, people that love gaming or video editors, enthusiasts, they will pay that extra money to get these cards. But there's not really many games out there, that really need these cards right now. This isn't like a card you need to get right now to play your favorite game. It's just cards that are really pushing us forward. So I think right now the sweet spot is still to buy a discounted 30 series card, but still, look at these cards, look at the performance that these cards are offering. So like I was saying, there's 3 cards here, and if you compare them on this page, there's a lot of obviously features and different things that you need to look at. You can see the CUDA cores here, and you can see the memory width, 384, 256, 192. I guess one of the big things to kind of look out for here is the wattage and the size. And if you're building a PC, that is obviously very, very important. And I've seen a lot of people saying already that the 4090 here is just too big for those mini ITX card PC cases. So previously with the 3090 FE card, you could actually fit it into quite a lot of kind of, the smaller PC cases. But I don't think that's going to be the case now, because you can see the length is 304 millimeters, but the width is 137. The 4090 3-slot card, 4080 16 gigabyte 3-slot card. They're saying the 12 gigabyte might be a little bit smaller. They're not saying here. But you can see here the wattage as well. So 285 for the 12 gigabyte, 320 for the 16 gigabyte, but 450 watts for that 4090. And for both of these cards here, you will need 3 PCI 8-pin cables, or a newer PCI Gen 5 cable that can do 450 watts. But yeah, 3 8-pin cables if you've got an older PSU, which is what most of us still have at this point. So yeah, big card. It's a big card. I think looking at that, the kind of 4080 16 GB is sitting size and power wise where the 3090 was last time, but the 4090 is a beast, and that is what everyone's focusing on. I've been looking at a lot of discussions on Reddit about this, and the size of this card is not to be underestimated. This is, you can see J2 Cents in the background here, and he's comparing one of the 4090 cards to a PS5. And I mean, just look at it. That's insane. That is insane that a graphics card is nearly the same size as a PS5. And there's a 4090 compared to an Xbox Series S. It's just insane how big these cards are. I don't know if that's this one here. I don't know if that's an RTX 4080 or a 4090. It looks like a 3080 to me, sorry. So I think that's a 3080, not a 3090. But look at it next to this 4090. It's just insane. And that's the thing. Yes, width-wise, it's still not the longest card out there. I had a Gigabyte 3090, which was like 330 millimeters. This is 302, I think it was. Is that right? 302 millimeters. But the width of this is just insane. It's just insane. I mean, it's a 3-slot card, but just look at the size of it. And that's what, everyone's, posting about, just the absolute size of this 4090. Look at that. That is a 3090. You can see here, size comparison of the 3090 TUF versus the 4090. So this is, I think it's Asus that has that range. So there's the 3090 version and there's the 4090 version, and that really does highlight the size difference here, what you're playing with, and what you're going to have to try and fit into your PC, if you can fit it into your PC, if that is even possible. Certainly, looking at my PC here, I'd probably have to move my Elgato recording card. I think, I just wouldn't be able to use that slot because the 4090 is just so thick. It is so thick. So yeah, the new cards, they're a little bit more expensive, but they look good. I mean, you don't need to have that 4090 card. That really is for the super YouTubers, the super gamers, video editors, people that are enthusiastic and are willing to pay the most to get the best card in the market. But a part of me wants to sell the RTX 3090 and move up to one of these cards. It's something I might do, but at the same time, I am mostly playing on this Xbox Series X. That's how I'm playing games on. Mostly right now, just because all my friends are playing games on that. So that's what I'm playing games on most of the time. So it's hard to justify it from that point of view. And the 3090 FE that I've got is still a beast. It really is. But I'll have a think about it. I will have a think about it because I could upgrade. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, guys. As I was saying, from my point of view, a little bit more expensive. Not much more, but it is a little bit more expensive than last time. The 4090 is an absolute beast, but it's huge. It's absolutely huge. The performance benchmarks that are coming out are incredibly impressive. They really are. So if your case can fit the 4090, maybe you want to upgrade. Maybe it is time to upgrade. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. Please do leave a comment below. And until next time, take care.